As the Thruway Authority prepares to raise your tolls at the start of the new year, we've learned the authority is also raising the salaries of its top officials.
Coming to a toll plaza near you, a Thruway toll hike. The Thruway Authority says a toll increase, or adjustment as they like to call it, is needed to keep up with highway maintenance. But we've discovered it's also needed to maintain salary increases for the top Thruway brass.
The Thruway budget is a hefty budget. They have a lot of money in there. They can work with what they got. They should be looking to cut tolls, but if they don't want to cut tolls, they certainly shouldn't be raising tolls.
Cases in point, and combing through public salary records for 2020 and 2021, we find Thruway Chief of Staff Matthew Trapasso went from a salary of $145,000 to $175,000, 30 grand or 20% more in just 1 year. Director of Maintenance and Operations James Constellid was making $167,000 in 2020, $188 grand the next year, a nice $21,000 or 13% bump. Compare those numbers to the average salary hike for New Yorkers last year. According to salary.com, it was 4%.
If money is so tight, why are top officials getting raises?
We went straight to acting Thruway Executive Director Frank Hoare to ask about the salary hikes that come as the Thruway is raising tolls.
The average raise in New York State is about 4% a year, but these are 20 or 15% raises.
Well, the people who got those raises were people who changed jobs, got significant responsibilities, became department heads, and they were in line with every other agency and authority in terms of what is spent on, again, to get the best and the brightest.
But do you see the optic of asking for money to raise tolls while you're also raising salaries?
Yes, well, I hate the idea that we have to pay overtime, that we have to pay higher for salaries. I'd prefer we not.
There's more. There's Jamie Barbas, the project coordinator on the relatively new Mario M. Cuomo Bridge, part of the Thruway system. She makes $350,000 a year, but has collected a $50,000 bonus each of the past 3 years as well.
And it's not just the top brass. Some of the highest paid Thruway employees are rank and file workers who are taking in massive amounts of overtime pay.
A bridge maintenance worker had a base salary of $105,000 in 2021, but actually earned $227,000 thanks to $122,000 in overtime. In 2021, records show a crane and shovel operator whose base pay was $67,000 actually made $150 grand. A trade specialist went from a base of $65,000 to $139,000. A bridge painter from $70,000 to $146,000. At the last in-person public hearing on the toll hike plan, some were okay with the big paydays.
I'm not surprised because basically everybody has experienced increased costs.
And some were not.
Is it concerning to you that at the same time they talk about raising tolls, they're talking about raising salaries?
Oh, absolutely.
A toll hike is coming, but when confronted with the numbers, Frank Hoare told me the days of big salary hikes could be over.
Salaries will always increase. They'll increase a modest amount. We're committed to increasing it only a modest amount, and it'll increase as it does for our labor folks and MC Management Confidential employees.
30,000 and 20,000, is that modest though?
No, you won't see that.
But we have seen one more hike. Since we did that interview, the acting director right there, Frank Hoare, has received a $6,000 pay raise as he's been nominated by the governor to be the permanent Thruway executive director. He makes $216,000 a year now. Jamie Barbas, the highest paid employee you saw there, has not received a raise in recent years, but does keep getting that 50 grand bonus. The Thruway says she could make more in the private sector. The Thruway, by the way, funded with your toll dollars, but also over the years with government subsidies.